Nobody voted for Bob Iger. He is not an elected official. This is relevant because Disney lawyers are trying to shoestring a brand new case involving an elected official to help them out in their battle against Florida. We're going to talk about that today on The Legal Mindset. So, what are Disney lawyers trying to do? Well, they are trying to use a case, a new case that has come down from the Court of Appeals involving Andrew Warren, a dismissed prosecutor from Hillsborough County, and hamstring that in. But to give you a little bit of background, let's take a look at some of the reasons why this prosecutor was dismissed initially.
The prosecutor, state attorney for this judicial circuit, Andrew Warren, has put himself publicly above the law. In June of 2021, he signed a letter saying that he would not enforce any prohibitions on sex change operations for minors. He's also instituted policies of, quote, presumptive non-enforcement. And this involves an array of different things, and you'll probably hear Sheriff Chronister and some of the other law enforcement officers talk about it. But that is not consistent with the role of a prosecutor. Yes, you can exercise discretion in an individual case, but that discretion has to be individualized and case specific. You can't just say you're not going to do certain offenses. And then most recently, after the Dobbs decision was rendered by the U.S. Supreme Court, he signed a letter saying he would not enforce any laws relating to protecting the right to life. And
now, the district court, that is the lower court, agreed with DeSantis and said that the dismissal of Andrew Warren was just because there were reasons, good reasons, that were allowed for him to be dismissed as the state attorney. The non-enforcement of policies is a big deal. However, at the appellate level, the judges looked at the factors and said, well, wait a minute, we need to make sure this was not for a protected purpose, that he wasn't dismissed based on First Amendment speech, and that he was dismissed solely for permissible reasons, that he was dismissed solely for those reasons. And if not, then there may be a violation here. So they remanded the case to the lower court to look at it again. Now, this is not yet a total win for Andrew Warren, but it does say that, hey, if you dismiss somebody, an elected official, you need to look at the reasons why, because there are specific reasons and specific methods for dismissing an elected official. They're not just something that can be created or destroyed. So where does this come back and circle around to Disney? Well, we have articles from the Disney supporting shills that are saying this is a win for Disney, a great decision for Disney. And the Disney lawyers have decided to file a supplement citing this case in their case against Florida and Ron DeSantis. The issue here is that, well, no one elected Bob Iger. Bob Iger is not an elected official. And beyond that, nothing happened to the Walt Disney Company. There were no sanctions against Disney or punishment to Disney. Disney didn't lose its corporate status in Florida. It wasn't fired. There was no job lost by a Disney employee. Instead, the district, the Reedy Creek Improvement District, which is an independent government under Florida law and as required by federal law, well, it was reformed into the CFTOD. It was restructured into the CFTOD. And the big key here is that with elected officials, there's only certain reasons you can dismiss them. Whereas with governments in Florida, under Florida government law which I studied for almost a decade practicing with special districts in Florida, these special districts can be created or destroyed in a Thanos snap. The government that creates them, whether that is the state or the county or city, can create and destroy special districts at whim for any reason that they so choose. And in fact, as we saw in the audit of Reedy Creek, there were many reasons for the corruption of Reedy Creek. In fact, the 80-page audit detailed several areas of corruption that were occurring within Reedy Creek. Therefore, there were many reasons, not just one reason, to stop the district, reform it, and create another structure that is more transparent and take away some crazy powers like their power to build a nuclear power plant while adding in transparency laws and anti-corruption laws, which the new district is now subject to and has implemented updated modern policies. Because of this attempt to paint Disney in the same light as an elected official will ultimately fail, and this attempt to become and to make Bob Iger into some sort of politician is doomed for failure. Make sure you guys click the like and subscribe to this video, and I will catch you all in the next one. Peace.